Hey y'all, it's Zooks, and this is Let's Play Satisfactory, where everything is made up and the bacon doesn't matter. That's right, they're like barrel nuts to the lizard doggos. They don't like them. They don't matter to them. Welcome back to the FICSIT Apprenticeship Program. Last episode, we built this shenanigans. Oh, did I not? Already, I'm seeing stuff I did wrong in the last episode. Pretty great, pretty spot on, really on brand for me. Welcome back though. We did this. We made this structure. I guess I should probably show you the outside of it. This is our iron smelter, the more final version of our iron smelter for the starter base. I think it looks great. Please let me know what you think of it. I tried really hard to use some of these new parts. I love these concrete walls. They look really nice. I got these big frame pillars. The pillars are kind of hard to work with, but I think they add a huge amount of depth. I'm interested. I thought it was nice. I wanted to play with it a little bit at least. And I wonder if I can see it from here. Let's see. You can kind of see it right there. I'm gonna do a little bit of a cheeky zoom. We did the same thing to our hub and our sort of central storage area. We upgraded it. It's in a more finalized version, not totally done yet, but we got a couple battery towers up. We still haven't gotten the other two up yet. But what we're gonna do this episode is we are going to try and put down our iron plates platform and our iron rod platform. Let's take a quick look-see over this direction. I want to just show you. I have to pick a spot, and I'm probably going right here. We're gonna do iron rods first, right there, and then over here, right behind it, probably right here, we'll do the plates. I don't know, we could do plates over here. I don't know. We gotta basically, what we're gonna do this episode is I'm gonna try to put down our iron rod platform, which should go somewhere around here. Basically all this stuff's gonna get pulled up. I don't need it anymore. I'm going to make this a little bit more like this. I'm gonna go with this similar theme. I'm hoping to make some different shapes and stuff and maybe come up with something a little different. But I kind of want to keep this theme going. So we'll see how it goes. It'll be iron rods and iron plates somewhere in this valley, and hopefully it should look way different than this. And I'm probably gonna grab a couple hard drives while I'm out, or while I'm doing stuff. You know, it's nice to sort of get a little break from all the building every now and again, and honestly, hard drives are the perfect way to take a break from building, so I'll probably do that. But I'm gonna cut here and get back to you in a second. Bye-bye. Battery tower 3, done. Battery tower 4, done. Poor little Tink Tink. Deleting all my hard work. Hello everyone and welcome back. We have been busy, and we are out here outside the ingots to show you the new iron plate factory. Ta-da! Now it's super different than what we did here, and I want to reiterate, all this concrete is gonna go. We ain't keeping it here. There's gonna be a gap, and then I expect around here there's going to be just two platforms going with some rails. But for now, while I'm trying to work, I need to have this kind of flexibility. So this is the iron plates. Again, I haven't done the electricity for it yet, but it's super simple. The one thing about this is that's way more simpler than the ingots is just the volume of the machines that we have. We only have 12 in this thing. We had 27 in that thing. So, and you'll notice I was way more successful in keeping the belts and splitters and such off of the factory floor. Really cool. Really cool. I'm pretty proud of myself having handled that. Oh, okay, I did do the electricity. I just hadn't wired it up yet. So let me take you through a little walkthrough, and I'll show you the structure too. So this was a bit more boxy, a little boxy with some frames, these little frame pillars. I kind of I kept a little bit of the frame stuff, but let me show you, because you can't really see the detail here, but this is like a slanted roof all the way across, 3 slanted roofs like that. You see that? Pretty cool, I think. I thought it looked pretty neat. It's at least an interesting shape. And we got the tar roofs for this. I thought this looked good. I didn't want to do another set of brown roofs. I feel like that's just super heavy on the brown. And I just wanted to play a little bit with these new materials, but I thought it looked okay. We got it braced into the side of the cliffs here, and on the inside, it's in the buildings, right? Super cool, super minimal. I like the open plan nature of it. I'm not going to do this for all of them, but it's sort of just me trying to play around with some of these new things. So let me show you the gutty works real quick. I found a better method for conveying stuff in these tight spaces, and it's this way. You basically, I guess I can do a little bit of a display here. So instead of trying to work your frames, use these frames, you instead put a concrete thing down, and you do all your magic on the concrete, and then you lay this on the floor, and then you can put your walls up like this, and it's like you had a frame in there, and you're given the space to convey put more belts through here. So I have 2 belts. 2 belts was all I could handle without clipping severely, but now I can have 3. So this is really helpful in the build. And actually, I think these belts, I want to say these belts are just parts for other factories. So these are iron ingots that aren't even going to our plate factory, which is what this makes, by the way. It's going to make plates. Most of the plates are going to get sent to the iron, or the reinforced iron plate factory. Let's see here. So another thing I did, so I've decided that it's going to look really bad if I don't try to convey these things. If I'm trying to convey these things on just one level. So I've opted to have 2 levels of frames. So here you'll see we got this frame level, and then we're gonna have this frame level. And this top frame level is where the ingots come in for our production in this factory, right? And so there's this top level here where all the splitting happens. Really cool. This worked out. It works way better because I don't have to rely. I was so tied up by having to work in the middle of these large frame foundations that now I can just sort of lay everything down in these frames. I could throw up walls. Like, let's see. I could put walls up here to add a little bit more. How do I? If I wanted to have, oh, I wonder why. Oh, it's clipping. I can add little walls here if I want to add more frames. And I'm still going to get that frame look from below because, oh, I got a floating one. Excuse me. I still get that framed look because we're going to have 2 layers of frames here. But anyway, let me go through the logistics a little bit. We have 270 ingots coming in on this line, and I believe we have 60 and 20 on each of these. And so the 270 is obviously going to get split. The constructors need 30 plates apiece, and so you'll just see that I have all the inputs going in on one side and all the outputs coming out on the other side. And the outputs get sent this way. And we're going to have, La 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 la. Let's get over here. So we're gonna have 2 lines of output on this side. It's 90 plates, 90 plate lines because that's what the recipe calls for. So we'll have 180 plates total going to the, and I could actually merge these, but these 2 lines are gonna go to reinforced plates. And there's another line, I may not have completely put it in. Where'd I put you? Oh, you're over here. Yes, that's right. Because this is going to be my plates that get straight sent to storage. These are not going to any sort of production. I'm going to line them back to our storage unit. Whenever I figure out how I'm going to do that, I'm pretty sure you'll see it. But and then down here on the second level, we'll have the screws. The screw ingots, the ingots that are going to our screw production, and the ingots going in for our rod production. And that the rod production is actually what we're going to work on next. I just haven't figured out where that's going to go. Is it going to go in there? I don't know. But it also is similar to the iron plates. There's not like a ton of buildings I need to build here. So it's really, it's going to be kind of a, I'll call this, if I can get out of these frames. Let me out. Oh, I was totally out there. I didn't. Okay, and we're almost there. Oh, well.
Multiple FICSIT personnel in the area.
Oh, there's now 1 less FICSIT personnel. All right, let's go get our stuff. Oh, fantastic. We're fighting the fireflies. Where you at, sword? I don't have my sword with me? Oh, I'm in trouble. Let's see. Okay, fantastic. Why don't I have my sword? What was I thinking? Past me. Leaving without my sword. Alright, I don't know what I was thinking. But that's the iron plate build. It's not a large build, so the reason the last episode was only these 2 builds together is because of how large they are, and it takes a ton of work. Where that iron factory, it was not too bad, really, to get it done. So I think the plan is to continue building. We're going to work for this episode. We're going to try and get our iron rod production done, and then maybe the screw production. But similar to our iron ingot factory, the screw production is on the complex side. We will have a ton of lines going in and a ton of lines going out, having to go to like 3 separate factories and such. So it's a little bit not as much. It'll be a lot more time intensive. So I don't know if I'll be able to squeeze it into this episode, but we'll see. But I just wanted to show you this. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. It's you know, again, I'm working on my build skills, and this is what I got. This is what I got. I think this is, I went really simplistic here. I could put this in walls. I could put walls in here. I didn't want to. I kind of wanted it to be open a little bit. I like the openness. The part of what I like about being in these spires and stuff is I just like to see what's going on outside of the spires, you know, like outside of the buildings. So let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to get back to work, and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, folks, welcome back. I wanted to show you something. I did not finish my rod factory yet, but I added something else. I thought I was getting sad seeing my little lizard doggos in this little pen. So we have made a little sort of habitat for our lizard doggos. It's right over here, and there's this little piece of land that I didn't get with the foundations. Please feed the animals, and inside are my little lizard doggos. Let's take a look, see. All right, so I've basically fenced in this little area here so that they can sort of wander freely in this space. But yeah, we got some lights. We'll need to add lights because I was out of quick wire, and you know, this isn't really. You know, what is really final in this game, really? I mean, you're always tweaking stuff, but I've added some little structures, some sort of enrichment items. If you've played Satisfactory, or I shouldn't jump on at that, actually. I might have to cut it down. No chainsaws allowed. I'll have to put a sign up. No chainsaws allowed. But we've added a little beam, a pillar thing. We got a ball for them to play with if they feel like playing ball. They got a beam they can play on. They love ore, so here's some ore for them to play around in. They got a couple pillars. I put up some frames here. Here's some crystals that maybe they might be interested in playing with. They have a lot of foliage. I was very careful not to cut down all this foliage. Again, some frames. Maybe they want to jump and climb around and play on them. Over here, next to this cliff wall, we have a bit of a lean-to. Inside, they got another ball that they can play with. They got some bedding, some biofuel, which kind of looks like, you know, food for like goats. And I know y'all aren't goats. I don't really know what you are. But here's some stuff. I mean, here's a little box of flower petals they can lay in, some leaves, fabric, solid biofuel, all this stuff. I'm gonna slowly add some stuff to this over time, but you know, this is their little habitat. And I'll add, like I said, I'm gonna add some stuff. I was trying to make a little viewing platform so I can get a good little bird's eye view of the area while they're in it. And it looks good. I'm pretty happy so far. It looks great. I'm really happy for no, okay. I was really worried about that. I hadn't seen them do that yet. But it looks like they're still stuck there. They can't get out. That was what I was most worried about, is them getting out. Because look at this cliff, it's dangerous. Okay, they need to be careful. And it looks like they can't figure out the roof, which is great. Fantastic. But this is my little lizard doggo habitat. And, you know, I plan on having a bunch more lizard doggos, and I want them to sort of have I don't want them to be penned up. That's so inhumane. And at FICSIT, we're not about, I mean, we're about efficiency, really. Let's be real. But here at the FICSIT Apprenticeship Program, we are all about learning and growing. And I feel like these guys provide a service to us. They bring us things. I mean, the amount of slugs these guys have brought me, they deserve a little bit of some leisure time to relax. You know, their paws weren't made for these foundations. You know, oh, careful, bud. Okay, maybe I'll move the lean-to, because I'm getting all kinds of goosebumps worrying about them, you know, falling off. He almost got out there. What's he gonna do? He's trapped if he gets right here. So I just wanted to show you this little thing. We're gonna add little things. Like I said, I haven't even painted this thing. I just finished it, and I wanted to show y'all. I'm pretty excited about it, and my doggos are really excited about it. So that's it. I guess I gotta get back to work on my factories. Sorry, FICSIT. I promise I'm clocking in. Okay, this was just, I was testing some efficiency ideas. Okay, I'm going right back at it. Where should I put these platforms? Electricity for plate platform? Check. Fell straight to my death and went straight into a T-pose. Where did I put my bug spray? I have a new method for handling indigenous creatures. Bugged beams halt progression. Game can no longer handle inverted frames. After the crash, I load into an unfortunate quick save. Finally emptying out the old base. Upgrading the ore lift. Do you see what you get, spider? 1 slug, 2 slug, yellow slug, blue slug. 3 new FICSIT employees. I got a sweet new ride. 10 biofuel for 1 hard drive. So I left a video on in the background. Now my in-game audio is all messed up. So I'll try to do the sound effects for you. Ooh, fine black powder. Gimme. Oh, whatever. How many more of these are there? Is the Hallelujah Chorus copyrighted? Because we just got the bolted frame recipe we were looking for. Skirt! Oh no. The employees escaped. They're gone. They're all gone. All right, folks, welcome back. FICSIT Apprenticeship Program initiates. I've been busy, and it's time to show you the fruits of our labor. I've been doing a little bit of sort of like gussying up around the edges. I also finished the iron rods platform, so let me show you. So I gussied up this area. We've taken out all the concrete that I'm not keeping, and we've made a little bit more of a permanent type of sort of platform, and a relatively polished section where we'll take the resources from the ground up here to the base. Pretty nice, pretty nice. We didn't do much to the iron smelter. It's looking pretty much the same. I did, like I say, polished up all the concrete bits that I didn't want. Again, I love this look between these the platforms without all that concrete. Love it, love it, love it. Didn't do much to the iron plate platform either, but this is the iron rod platform. Ta-da! Now, I want to preface this real quick. Whatever the last patch was, this is experimental build, obviously. Whatever the last patch was, it kind of messed up a couple things. For one, if you try to select the inverted frame, I think, inverted like corner frame, I don't know what it's called, the game crashes. It happened to me several times. So I know that that's broken. Secondly, the pillars that I've been using, these suckers right here, I love these things. I was planning on using them in this build, but the pillars are busted at the moment too. They're like cocked at an angle, and you can't get them to straighten up. So this area will be having a little bit of a facelift later, but this is what it looks like. I mean, we're doing a little bit of a different way. We have a different height now, so I had to go up, and it looks kind of especially right here. We're working at different sort of angles, so you have to sort of suck up a little bit of this poor structure. But I mean, I actually kind of like it. Up here, we have this structure. Pretty cool. I'm a big fan. I love the frames again. I've been using these frames a ton, and having it up here makes it feel super like elevated and hung up. So in here, I think we have nine constructors. I did not do this to all of them. I did this everywhere else but inside here. But we have 9 constructors. They are all making iron rods. And the majority of these iron rods are being sent to our soon-to-be-built rotor platform. So let's take a quick look. This one, none of these have power. Again, I love starting these without having put power in here. But we got the glass roof dome. It looks pretty. I love these new glass roofs. I'm trying to use them as much as I can. And then we got these 2 concrete walls with glass, and then I have this. We're embedded into the side of the cliff on this one, and on this side we got this metal barrier, this metal wall with these windows. I feel like I'm never comfortable using these windows, so I think that works. I don't know. And then we got the door out. I'll show you a little bit of the gutty works too, but I've already removed the concrete. Let's see if I can get down there. Oh yeah, we have a little bit of an easy way down. So coming here, I guess as you can see under here, there's 2 lines here for iron ingots to go to our iron rods, which go straight up in here. And then these 3 will be going to our screw platform, which will be the last platform we build in this episode. But so those are the screws, and they use this bottom level of frames just to cross the factory so that they'll connect up with the steel or with the screw factory later. So here's where our rods or our ingots for the rods come in. There's I believe this line is a MK2 for a 120 line, and there's 120 ingots coming on that one, and then this is bringing in 15, and they come over here, and the bulk, the 120 line, gets sent through here and is split evenly into all 8 constructors. 8 will be fed by the 120 line because the recipe is just for 15 ingots a piece. And then that last 15 goes to the 9th constructor. And again, the recipe is for 15. So a nice, relatively easy platform. I'm a less confident about this next platform. I'll show you real quick what I'm about to start to do. Let's see. I'm not picking you up. All right. So over here will be our screw platform. I spent a little bit of time too. I'll show you in a sec. I did a few things without you. This is going to be our screw platform. This will be the center. And I'm going to have 3 segments of this. One segment will make screws for reinforced plates. One will make screws for modular frames. And one will make screws for rotors. But they'll all be here. And while I was trying to decide how to fit this stuff in, I sort of figured out the basic layup for my platforms here. I'm going to have the reinforced plates out here. They're going to be, I kind of want to show y'all. The reinforced plates are going to go over here somewhere in that area. And it's not that big of a deal because I think there's something like 3 assemblers on the platform. So it's not like it needs a ton of space. Like this screws are going to have 26 constructors in it. So it's going to be relatively large, but the reinforced plates are going to have something like 3 assemblers. So I was thinking of having it sort of maybe on this, because then I'll send the screws right here and the plates will come in from the other side. And then where's the other one at? Here, mod frames. I'm really loving the cliffs here. They look amazing. And especially right here, it's like this really sweet sort of circle. I'm in love with this area. And we are dropping, I think it's 2 assemblers right here in the center. And they'll do modular frames. Modular frames don't need to get sent anywhere, but the reinforced plates will be sending reinforced plates to the modular frames. So they do have to be relatively close. And I believe we can just have that coming through right here, straight up into the modular frames. No big deal. And the screws will be here. Modular frames will be good to go. I don't think modular frames are used anywhere else in the factory either. So they'll go straight to the storage bin. The rotors, I think I have them set to be over here. But really, this one's a little bit more of a floating. I'm not sure if this is going to be exactly where. Or maybe I'll move it along that cliff a little bit more. Somewhere maybe around here. But yeah, I've already planned out. I put iron rods there. That's not where they ended up. They ended up like right here. And so we'll have we have to do, I think the next episode, the plan is going to be to get the rotors, the mod frames, and the R plates platform done. And then the episode after that will be probably on my copper. And then the episode after that will be on my steel, possibly. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes. This has taken a significant amount of my time to try to build. And it's not helpful that we're having some bugs with some of these buildings materials, because there's some things, because I didn't want this to be just a flat bottom. I wanted it to sort of anchor down. But those frames cause crashes, so I can't use them at the moment. And the pillars, here, I can show you a little bit of the bug for the pillars. See, we have these square frames, and then the second you try to build it, it looks good there, but the second you build it, it tries to come out at angles. And I've tried it several different ways. I'm trying to rotate it, and it's not working. And then I looked on the Reddit, and it looks like there's possibly a bug with the beams at the moment that will be fixed. So we will have to wait. So some of this stuff is not totally done yet. I'd also like to say a lot of this is going to get gussied up a little bit here and there too, because I'm going to have signs and stuff like that. I'm going to put some signs up here and there. I don't know if I'll be able to put any sort of things on the concrete. I don't think I can do any kind of patterns on the glass. So I don't know. There's still little details here and there. I'm mostly wanting to get the function of the base down, and then we can start really getting into the fine details. And I like doing that sort of as I go anyway. So, but I think I'm going to let you go here. I wanted to show you my progress. I did also, I'm going to show you a clip right now of me getting the bolted frame recipe I was looking for. It took a few more hard drives, and I did a little bit of hard drive hunting. You'll be able to check it out in the long play, but it wasn't that big of a deal. I went over there to the Rocky Desert. I think you'll be able to see. Yeah. And I sort of found a bunch of hard drives in this area, so there's probably no more left. But I just wanted to show you that. So I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna try to finish the screw platform, and then I'll end the episode. So I'll be back. I don't have anywhere to go. I just like driving this thing around. I have used so many steel beams. Man, this happens so many times. Retrieving my guts in style. All right, folks, welcome back to Satisfactory, where I have finished our screw platform. Ta-da! It looks a lot like the iron rod platform, but it's a little different. Be a little bit different. Let's find a better way down. Oh, well, okay, this is the way down I have chosen. All right. Let's see. This is our iron rod platform. It looks kind of similar. It's very similar, actually. But this is our screw platform up here. This is what I've been working on. And you'll see, again, similar setup. We have it raised up above these and in between these spires. And it comes up. And it looks like this. It's kind of big. I wanted to play with these doors. This one's a bit silly. I mean, come on. We don't need this here, right? But we have it here. And this is where we'll produce screws for our starter factory. And then it's basically it's split up into 3 separate structures. And they're separated by this hallway here. So this is one structure, this is another structure, and this is the third structure. So let me just quickly walk you through the whole setup. This right here is our reinforced plate screws. I believe there's 250 and 250 split up into 2 lines, so that's a total of 500 screws being produced right here and being sent over to reinforced plates, which will get sent over that direction. And for you on the map, somewhere over here. I haven't decided yet. This section of building is going to rotors. And similarly, 500 screws are getting sent over to rotors. But they have to be split up into lines of 100. So we have one 100 line and 2 200 lines going out this direction. They will go out this way. I wonder if I can show where are those conveyors. They should be down here. Where are they at? Where are you at, conveyors? Oh wait, you're probably right here. Yeah. 200, 100, 200 to rotors. And the rotors is going to be, this one I'm not super sure about. I have it out there. That's obviously, I don't think that's where it's going to go. I'm thinking it'll go somewhere around here. So I don't know, but that's going to rotors. And then this third building is for the modular frame screws. This one is a little bit tricky because modular frame, the bolted frame recipe takes, oops, I'll just do this while I talk. The bolted frame recipe takes 140 screws, which is kind of not an easy number to split, because our screw recipes only make 50. So what the plan is we're gonna have this one making 50, this one making 50, and this one will be at 80%, and it's going to make 40. And I believe this one over here also needs to be at 40 because we're gonna do two lines of 140. So this one, so you can also do it this way. And the remaining will go to this constructor, which will produce screws for our storage. Now let me show you something here. Everything we've done up until this point has been completely and utterly load balanced. I'm just gonna break through the floor here. And when I say that, I mean we have split off our ingot supplies completely evenly and perfectly to the machines per their requirements. So if we had a constructor that needed 30 iron ingots, it's receiving exactly 30 iron ingots a minute. So, and that's load balancing. The problem here is that this whole setup, it requires 75 iron ingots. And those two modular frame screw setups only require 70. And splitting off 5 from 75 is a huge pain in the butt. So I've opted not to do that. This is what we're doing. I'm gonna introduce you to the smart splitter a little bit. So this is where we have 75. Don't fall while you're explaining things. This is where 75 screws goes in. And I have this is what a smart splitter UI looks like. You can, smart splitters are good for sorting. And they're good for overflow control, which is what we're using it for here. So the only thing that's going to be on this line are ingots. So anything is going to get pushed through, and there's nothing on this left output, right? There's no output. But the front has a conveyor belt coming out of it. So the center one, all the ingots are going to flow through this. None are coming out to the right or the left until we get backed up, which we will get backed up because those modular frames are only going to suck up 70 ingots. So when that happens, it will back up, and the overflow ingots will get sent through to the last constructor that was over here, and it'll make screws for our storage. Really, really simple. But this is not perfectly load balanced. It's off by 5 items a minute. And it's not that big of a deal because the 5 items, or the items I'd make with those are just screws for our storage, which I don't need a lot of anyway. So let me just do this. Okay. Shameful. Let's try this again. There we go. How in the world did I? Okay. I'm trying. Let's just jump here. Got it. All right. Make sure the line is right. Okay. And that is the last section of our screw production and the last platform of this episode. This episode has taken forever for me to record and get all the building. This is a lot of building, folks. Let me just do this little overview again. I love these spires so much. I get to sort of, how do I get up here? I remember getting up here. I think I'm just gonna put a ladder down. But this episode has taken a while. This is a lot of building. A lot of logistics, trying to figure out what amounts go where and, what is the best way to lay out stuff, try to make it look good. And honestly, I I don't really love how similarly this looks to our iron rod production. It's obviously basically the same structure, right? But I just was sort of wanting to get it down, and I don't hate it. And it looks okay, and it has like I don't know. I was just trying to play around with some of these pieces. Like I didn't use the automated doors yet, so I wanted to use those. I don't know. But I think that's nice. The iron rods are right below me, so you can't see them that well. They're good. I got the iron plates right there. We did all 3 of these things this episode, and man, it was a ton of work. So much work. But we got through it. That's all. But that'll be it for this episode. Next episode, we have 3 factories on our list to complete. I say factories. We have 3 platforms. And honestly, I don't expect these to be super complicated platforms, okay? So hear me out. We need to get our reinforced plate platform done, our modular frame platform done, and our rotor platform frame done. And depending on how, and I'll say this, those platforms do not require a ton of buildings. I think this has 2 buildings, maybe 1. This has, I think, 5, and this has like 3. So there's not a lot of buildings, so these are going to be super simple, and I don't have to do a ton of this like big building stuff that sucks up like 10 stacks of steel beams, and it'll start looking super. I'll have a place to send this stuff. I don't know if I'll turn the iron production on after that. We'll see. But those are what I'll be working on next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you watching and all your support. Again, please take your time, like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. It really helps for YouTube, and it helps me for feedback, understand things you like, things you don't like. And on top of that, please put what you think about these builds. I do not call myself a builder in any sense of the word. I am trying real hard here to come up with shapes and this, whatever this is. I am trying, and I'd love to hear feedback, things that maybe you do and not do. Maybe if I've lost like the spirit of something. Like some of this I know looks really kind of messy. So just let me know. I really, good, bad, I want to see it in the comments. Let me know what you think. But that's it for this episode. Well, it's over. Yeah. Bye.